announced in church on Sunday that he had been transferred to another church and that it was Jesus' wish that he leave right away. The congregation in the church immediately got up and sang, "What a friend we have in Jesus." Members of the faculty, parents, guests, and fellow graduates, have no fear. I am well aware that on an evening when the Lakers are in the finals, what you require, first and foremost, of any speaker is brevity. I will not fail you in this respect. Tonight is a time for us to reflect on the past and look forward to the future. Because we have been blessed with parents who wanted the best for us, our past 4 years have been spent at Western Christian, a school that teaches its students the importance of a personal relationship with Jesus Christ. The education we have attained and the lessons we have absorbed inside and outside the classroom's walls are immense and have greatly shaped the young men and women we are today. We know that there is so much more to a good education than reading, writing, and arithmetic. With the influence of our teachers and parents, we have learned God's definition of responsibility, humility, forgiveness, perseverance, and love. But best of all, we have learned that we need not walk through this life alone, because like the congregation I mentioned earlier, we have learned what a friend we have in Jesus. When we leave Western Christian, many of us will encounter professors that do not consider God to be an important part of our education or life's lessons. Some of them will even be hostile toward our Christian values that oppose their worldviews. The great philosopher Charlie Brown perhaps best conveys those worldviews when he said, "I've developed a new philosophy. I only dread one day at a time." Sadly, this is the way many people live their lives, dreading each day, afraid of the future, regretting the past. We have learned a completely different philosophy for life here at Western Christian High School. As Christians, we have learned that each day is the day the Lord has made, and that we are to rejoice and be glad in it. We have learned that God has given us a hope and a future, and that he is with us always. We know that God loves us so much that he sacrificed his only Son on the cross for our salvation. Because of this knowledge, we can step out into our futures, confident in God's love for us, armed with the knowledge that he will never leave or forsake us, and knowing we will be the lights in a dark world that the Bible calls us to be. Christ's great ambassador, Mother Teresa, stated it this way: "One filled with joy preaches without preaching." Because this is true, the way we choose to live our lives will be a sermon to the world. I want to close by saying that I pray we will always remember the lessons learned here at Western Christian, and that each one of us will continue to grow in our relationship with Christ. I pray that we each shine with the Lord's joy and enthusiasm, and that we succeed in being a living sermon to an unsaved world. And lastly, I'm sure God will not mind if I pray that the Lakers win tonight. Go Lakers, and go